So the Napier happy the hut owners that do have a cows, instead of taking their cows to other various places or other local government or other state, now because of the Napier they stay at Laduga. They know by during the dry season because they have food for their cows. When the cooperative sell this Napier grass, we get money. So we sit down with the officers to discuss what we're supposed to do first for the community. Then we're thinking about the education because it's important to education. So let us talk to small children to teach them to open nursery and ECD. Child development.
Early child development.
Yes. So that we're starting to open nursery for them.
This school before, there is not this nursery school. All the children of this community, they are just playing at home. If they reach some years, like 7 to 8 years, and then they come to primary school. For that reason, the community see that they are losing many things. That's why they establish this nursery school. And a lot of getting money from Napier grass. We established this nursery school, and then we start with 5 children.
We're supposed to find condition first. If there's no condition, how can you build? So that's the reason we open nursery for them.
A major challenge faced by pastoralists is that of finding suitable pasture, which causes them to move around with their cattle. The unavailability of good quality grazing land has been further exacerbated by desertification, drought, and climate change. The search for pasture has also been at the root of recent conflicts between pastoralists and farmers over limited land. The constant movement of pastoralists takes its toll on the cows, particularly milk cows, resulting in low yields of about 0.3 to 1 liter of milk per cow per day. Poor quality fodder equals poor nutrition, equals low milk yield, equals low household income.
What exactly are the causes of the conflicts? Climate change, population growth, lack of availability of water and pasture. That's what makes pastoralists to grow. And then, of course, with the attendant problems of ignorance and illiteracy. What we have tried to do is to prove to the pastoralists that, look, sedentarism pays better than nomadism, and that nomadism is not sustainable in the long run. You can't have animals spending all their energy looking for food and you expect anything there. So if you sedentarize them, you can easily do insemination and improve breeds, improve productivity, and then you're able to provide water, you're able to provide pasture. You create a very huge value chain where that will absorb many more people, even within those communities that do not have cattle.
The stomach of a cattle, it's meant for grass. Because if you look at most of the wild animals in the bush, they don't take any concentrate, it's grass. So that tells you grass is key. And we now found out that because of the challenges we are facing in this country with urbanization, construction of land, the grazing reserves keeps on squeezing, shrinking. And we now found that Napier grass is one of the highest yielding pasture per hectare currently in the country. And the good thing about that grass is perennial. When we say perennial, that means it can last for the next 4 or 5 years if you maintain it very well. Once we've established it, we now notice that if it's rain-fed during the rainy season, you can get about 150,000 metric tons of fresh product. You hardly get that with any grass presently in the country. It's high yielding in terms of fodder for the animals. 1 hectare can carry close to about 15 to 20 animals. While the conventional grass, normally 1 hectare can carry only 2 animals. So you can see the advantage of that grass. And if you look at it again, it's a way of addressing this land constriction, getting a grass that will give you high yielding. So we came up with it, and it's new to us here, but it's not new to East Africa because they've been using it. And it's one grass, when it's green, that gives you in terms of the nutrient content, it's quite good. So we brought it. And as usual, the good thing I like about beef model is when they come up with a model, they become the guinea fowl of that model, which is good. Because if you come up with a model, somebody has to try it. And the beef model is, okay, we came up with this model, we'll be the guinea fowl to prove to you. So we now did an action learning in 2 areas, and then the result that came up was so good. Before you know it, they didn't even wait for us to say, look, be careful. We just did on a smaller scale. But before you know it, they expanded. And that is the good thing. Once the farmer identified the benefits of something, you don't need to bother about yourself on sustainability, whether you can guide them. Automatically, they take it up. And the good thing with this is we learn together with them.
The introduction of Napier grass by BIF is an intervention with many benefits. The high-yielding grass is easy to cultivate and is ready for consumption by the cattle in 3 months. Its high cellulose and low lignin content make it nutritious for cattle. After it is initially established, it grows to a height of 2.2 meters within the first 90 days, and thereafter, when it is cropped, it will grow back or regenerate itself within 45 days.
The advantages of this grass that once you plant one stalk, one cotton, and 50 will come out of it. All you need to do is cut it after some months, 2 months, and then water it, whether it's rainy season or dry season or harmattan. It's not affected by the weather. As long as you water it, it comes out. You cut it, it comes out. So it's like that forever.
Since the introduction of Napier grass, pastoralists have reported increased daily milk yield per cow from 0.3 liters to an average of 3 liters per cow per day.
We're expanding it to all the Ladoga. So then we use it to feeding our cows. So when we using the Napier grass, we identified that the Napier grass will be increasing the milk. Before, we are milking cow about 2 liters. But when we give them the Napier grass, the milk increases in 1 liter, that is 3 liters.
Single cutting of Napier grass, you put underground, you water it, give it 2 to 3 months, 50 will come out, and it will be like 10 meters tall. And you cut it, water it, it comes out again. What is more beautiful than this? Where are the cattle going to get that? And apart from that also, that it's also nourishing. It increases the milk production of the animal. So it's not like any grass. It's a nourishing feed for the animals.
As news of the benefits of Napier grass spread, the demand for Napier grass seedlings grew, making the sale of Napier an additional source of revenue for the cooperative.
Show me your hand. Show me your head.
The Ladoga Pastoralist Cooperative has invested proceeds from the sale of Napier into setting up a nursery school for children of residents of the Grazing Reserve and providing loans to its members. Due to success of the Napier intervention, the Kaduna State government has invested about 100 million naira in cultivating about 110 hectares of homestead Napier for pastoralist households. The government has stated that scaling up the adoption of Napier as fodder by pastoralists has the potential to significantly mitigate further conflicts between pastoralists and farmers over scarce grazing land.
What we are looking at doing ultimately as a state government is to upgrade all the grazing reserves into livestock development clusters. And our work with DFID, with BIF especially, is what has shown the path. In fact, is the roadmap, is the guide to achieving that. So obviously, I don't have the slightest doubt in my mind that within the shortest possible time, we can achieve this.
What is the next step in the Napier story? The Business Innovation Facility is currently working with pastoralists to explore ways of making Napier available all year round, particularly in the dry season. Storing Napier as silage in rainy season for use in the dry season would guarantee increased milk yields for pastoralist farmers and consequently a consistent income for pastoralists all year round.
The advantage of silage with Napier that makes it different from any grass is that, one, if you are to use maize crop as a silage, you only plant maize once in a year. So you will look at the cost of planting, fertilizer, plant clearing, harvesting, and whatever. But in terms of Napier, the more you cut it, just give it 45 days, it's come back. So which means if you have Napier, because it's a perennial grass, you plant it once, it lasts you 3-4 years, and each year, depending on how you use it, you can cut it 4 times. So if you have a quarter of a hectare of Napier, once it rains season, after 3-4 weeks, you cut the first one, you make your silage, you allow them to eat the second one, the third one you cut, you make silage. The advantage is, one, after 2-3 months during the dry season, when you open up your feed, you still have all year round green and nutritious feed to feed your animal at virtually zero cost.
There is no this road. We so far, then now we are okay now. So that's the reason I tell all the Fulani people, let them settle one place. Moving to place to other place is another problem. Because you destroy with other farmers and do grazing and the rest, no. Then I call them to sit at one place to buy these NGOs to come in to help them how to produce this our milk into yogurt. Because before our women, they carry this nono to market. If you do not sell, they come back and destroy away. So they lose. So but this one now we have fridge, we have everything to store it, we produce it, we keep it a long time. It never spoil. So I will call all Fulani people in Nigeria or in Africa. So I will type of business. It is very good. That's the reason we're forming this cooperative. We call it Ballo Durungol. Because this meaning Ballo Durungol, to help the pastoralists. That's the meaning of Ballo Durungol. Our objective to help the pastoralists. So I call them all in Nigeria, let them thinking. Because everything is changed. Let us be a model really now.